Hi everyone, Amy Starr Allen here with amystarrallen.com. And today I'm going to be talking about an experience that I had with one of my TikTok videos going viral. So if you've been following me for a while, you may have seen a recent video that I did where I talked about TikTok a little bit. I showed some ideas for how to use TikTok for business. You can find that video on my YouTube channel. But in any case, what I shared in that video is that I TikTok for me mostly is an outlet. It's something that I just do for fun, and it's a way for me to spend time with my kids and just have fun with it. So last week, a week ago today, I volunteer every Friday in the school store at my daughter's school at the middle school, and it was really really slow. I had only sold $1 worth of stuff, and so I decided I'm going to make a TikTok video while I'm hanging out here in the store. So I shot this quick TikTok video. I didn't think much of it, just showing the hoodies and the Valentine's socks and the things that we were selling in the school store, and it was kind of meant to just be kind of a fun like joke of a thing. So I sent it to the woman that manages the store and I said business is really slow today, so I made a commercial to drum up some business, and I sent her my TikTok video and she's like, ha ha ha, you're hilarious. Next thing you know, the thing starts going viral, and like by later that afternoon there was already like 5,000 views on it, and now 1 week later it just hit today it hit 104,700 views. It hit 100,000 yesterday. So in less than a week, it hit 100,000 views, and it has right now 11,000 likes and like 80 something comments on it. So it's been just growing like crazy. It went viral really really quickly, and then it's just continued to go. I kind of expected it to slow down after like 24 hours, but it didn't. It hasn't. And it was kind of funny because the next day, that was Friday, and then on Saturday I went bowling with my daughter with her basketball team, and we went to the bowling alley, and the kids were commenting on my video, like they were like, "I your video is going viral and people are sharing it on their stories," and it was like this big deal. And so anyway, I've learned a lot from this process. Some of the things that I'm going to share today are things that I already knew from all of my years, 15 plus years in the online marketing space. I've learned some of these lessons before, but this was just a really good reminder because I've never had a video get this many views before, or go viral that fast the way that this one did. So today I just want to share some of the things that I learned from this process. So let me just start by reiterating that when I shot this video, I didn't think it was anything great or anything special. I didn't put much thought into it. I didn't take any time to do anything to it to make it, amazing or anything like that. And then I published it, right? So the first lesson that I want to talk about today is that you never know what the marketplace will like unless you just put it out there, unless you put stuff out there. Just because you think a video or a piece of content is good doesn't mean that it will be received well by the marketplace. And just because you think it's terrible doesn't mean it won't go viral. So we don't know how things are going to be received by the marketplace until we actually put it out there. And I'll give you a quick example of this. Several years ago, I had a business partner, and he spent literally like days and hours and hours and hours building this capture page for me. He just had this idea and he wanted to build this capture page, and it had like photos on it and different stuff for a funnel that we were going to use. And he was so proud of this thing. He was so proud of this capture page. He's like, this thing is going to convert like crazy. He modeled it off of like another leader in the industry that was, a multiple seven-figure earner or whatever. And he's like, this is going to be the best thing since sliced bread, basically. So once he finished it, I threw $100 in ads at it on Facebook ads, and I got one lead. So this awesome, what we thought was going to be high converting capture page, it cost me $100 to get one lead. And just to put things in perspective, if you've never done paid advertising, that's expensive. At the time I was getting leads on Facebook ads for anywhere from 50 cents to $1. So I spent $100 on a lead on this capture page. And it was, I had other capture pages that were like very simple that I just threw up there without, spending a lot of time on them, that I was getting leads for 50 cents that were converting into sales. And here was this page that he spent hours and hours and hours perfecting that didn't convert. So this is just an example of how we never know how the marketplace is going to perceive something or how it's going to be received unless we actually put stuff out there. I can't tell you how often I see people who they they might even spend a lot of time creating a piece of content and then they never actually publish it because they don't think it's good enough or worthy, or they just don't think that people are going to like it, or they don't like the way that they're sitting, or they don't like the way that their hair looks, or whatever. There's all this perfectionism involved. And that perfectionism oftentimes stops people from actually publishing anything at all. And I'm so glad that I got this reminder again by, this video that, I didn't think anything of. I didn't think it was a masterpiece or put a lot of effort into it. And it's already gotten 104,000 views and 11,000 likes and 80 comments. Like, I had no idea. And I wouldn't have known if I was like, oh, this video is stupid and I just didn't publish it. If we don't publish stuff, if we don't put stuff out there, if we don't just get out of our way and move past the fear and click publish, we'll never know how it's going to be received by the marketplace. And we really never know what's going to go viral. And, or if the thing that we spend days and days and days creating this 4,000 word blog post that we think is going to rank number one in the search engines and get all kinds of traction doesn't, we just don't know. There's no way to know until you put stuff out there. So the moral of the story is we are not the best judge of what will make the biggest difference for people and what will resonate well with the marketplace. The marketplace is the only judge, and the only way to find out is to put stuff out into the marketplace and see what happens. So the second tip that I learned from this video is that haters are going to hate, and you have to have thick skin if you want lots of exposure. So, when a piece of content gets as many views as this video got, you have to be prepared for a lot of comments, and a lot of them are going to be mean. Some social media platforms, I mean, my older daughter is really into TikTok, and she always says, don't be surprised if you get mean comments, because there's a lot of mean people commenting on stuff on TikTok. But I think that's the case on a lot of platforms. And in any case, if you really want to have a lot of exposure, you have to learn to not be fazed by what the haters have to say. So one of the things that I usually do is I reframe the meanness in my mind. Like, what I do is I just have compassion for the people that are leaving the mean comments, and I just feel sorry for them because they obviously have nothing better to do with their time, and that's sad. So rather than taking it personally, because it's not personal, I just let them do their thing, which is going around bullying and saying mean things to people, and have compassion for them because it's really sad that they find fun in that. And then I keep smiling, I keep being myself, and I get on with my day. So the third tip that I have from my experience with this TikTok video is don't be afraid to be yourself. The thing is, if you're afraid of being judged, you will never succeed past a certain point, because along with a lot of exposure comes judgment, no matter what. And if you want to put yourself out there in a big way, then judgment is just part of the territory. So if you can remember that right out of the gate, you can look at judgment as a sign of success, because if you're being judged, it's because you're being seen. And in order to be seen, you're going to be judged. Does that make sense? So it really is just a matter of remembering to be yourself. And here's the thing, when I first started making videos and marketing online, I was afraid to put myself out there because I was afraid that some people were going to criticize me or not resonate with me because of the way I look or the way that I talk or whatever. And the fact of the matter is that is true. Not everybody is going to be attracted to you. Not everybody is going to resonate with you or want to do business with you. But when you're fully yourself, you will attract the right people. The people that are judging you and criticizing you, those aren't your people. And that's okay. In order to find your people, you need to put yourself out there in an authentic way so that you can find your people. Okay, so don't be afraid to be yourself. So the fourth tip is you never know who's watching you. And I've had this experience, like I was sharing before about how I had this experience at the bowling alley last weekend where I went to the bowling alley and these kids were coming up to me telling me that they saw my TikTok video and that their friends are sharing it on their stories, and I had no idea that all of these people were seeing my video, right? But I've had this experience in other ways as well where like I would go to an industry-wide event and I would walk into a room and people would come up to me and introduce themselves to me and tell me that they're a huge fan of mine. They've been following me for years, yet they've never commented on any of my stuff or replied to any of my emails or anything like that. So I had no idea that they were on my email list or subscribed to my YouTube channel or anything. Like, you just never know who's watching. You really don't. And a lot of the people that are watching, you'll never know. But I've also had experiences where, somebody will purchase something from me through an affiliate program or one of my own programs, and they'll tell me, that they've been following me for 4 years and they're just now purchasing something from me. So sometimes it just takes a long time for people to, warm up to you or to just really start to appreciate you to the point where they're ready to do business with you. And in the meantime, they're just going to hang out in the background and watch. So just remember, you never know who's watching. And then the fifth tip is that the best things in life happen when you're having fun, period. People are magnetically drawn to people that are living in joy and having fun and operating in their element. And I always find that things flow much more easily and I'm able to help way more people when I get out of my head and I stop thinking about things too much. Miracles happen when I'm having fun. Miracles happen when I act out of joy and inspiration. So this TikTok video was a good reminder of that as well, because again, TikTok is where I go to have fun and be silly and just let that side of myself come out. And that's really what I'm not saying that if you're making, marketing videos or doing business stuff that you need to be goofy all the time. But it's good to, if you're going to be, doing some sort of a business, do something that's fun for you. Because if you're having fun while you're doing your work, like I do, like I'm having fun right now making this video for you, right? If you're having fun doing your work, you're going to be more successful with it because you're just going to be operating at a higher vibration and people are going to be magnetically drawn to that. So those are my 5 tips. I hope this has been helpful. Please let me know in the comments if you've gotten some value out of this video. Let me know if you've experienced any or all of these 5 things that I learned from my viral TikTok video. And be sure to subscribe to my channel. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye.